What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the CombatCast. So this piece of news has been out for a couple days now. To me, it's pretty upsetting to hear. So the title fight between Stamp Fairtex and DENICE ZAMBOANGA has now been called off due to Stamp Fairtex suffering a meniscus tear. Now, prayers for a quick recovery for Stamp Fairtex, of course. She has now undergone surgery for said meniscus tear. But I can't help but feel bad for DENICE ZAMBOANGA. As I've mentioned in previous videos, DENICE ZAMBOANGA was actually promised a title shot as far back as February 2020. And I'd say 2020. Now that's over 4 years ago. And, she went through that roller coaster ride of a women's atomweight Grand Prix where she questionably lost to Sohee Ham. She had that unnecessary rematch where she lost again. But then she managed to, climb back up the rankings to rightfully earn her title shot. And it was a rough road for her to come back and rightfully earn her number one contender spot. She picked up two after losing to Sohee Ham in their second fight. DENICE picked up 2 straight wins against Lin He-Chin and Julie Metzabarba, the latter of whom tested positive for multiple banned substances, which potentially gave her an advantage during her fight. But DENICE was able to emerge victorious. And, back in November of 2023, before the fight was even announced, DENICE and I had an encounter at BKFC Thailand 5. She comes up to me and she whispers to me and she's like, don't tell anyone yet, it's not official, but I think I'm gonna get to fight Stamp. And at that moment my heart leapt for her, because it was a long time coming, and it was about time that she got a title shot, because she was screwed over, she was passed over so many times. In my personal opinion, she should have faced Angela Lee back in 2020 something, but Angela Lee was pregnant, so she had maternity leave, so to speak. And even then, the Grand Prix threw everything off. But yeah, enough about that. So then, initially, Stamp Fairtex and DENICE ZAMBOANGA were initially scheduled to face at ONE 166, which was ONE Championship's first event in Qatar on March 1st, 2024. But the match was rescheduled due to the fighters having to take part in production for a docuseries. Now, then the event was rescheduled as the main event for ONE 167, which was supposed to take place on June 8th, 2024. Yeah. And, I think it was a match a lot of ONE Championship fans were waiting on. I was waiting on it myself, because it was about time, that DENICE ZAMBOANGA got her shot at the world title. It was about time Stamp Fairtex defended her title since winning it back in, I think, September of 2023 when she beat Sohee Ham. So, so it's been a while since she fought after winning the belt. But then just a couple days ago, it was announced that Stamp Fairtex tore her meniscus and she would be out of the fight. Now, it was announced that DENICE would still be part of the 167 card with an opponent yet to be announced. To me, I feel like this is a lose situation for Denise, because whoever this opponent is, it's like a, shall we say, a title eliminator match now. If Denise, God forbid, loses, she loses her shot at the title. It's like she's putting her title shot on the line instead. We may as well make this an interim title fight, because Stamp's Fairtex probably going to be out for a long time, you know, because looking it up on the internet, you know, Stamp Fairtex has had surgery on her meniscus, and a meniscus recovery, you know, a recovery time for a meniscus surgery takes usually 6 to 9 months, and that's a very long time. And having heard from people who have worked closely with ONE Championship, I can see why Denise cannot turn down the fight with the yet to be announced opponent, because if she does, who knows how long it'll be before she gets her next fight offer, you know, with ONE Championship and their track record of shelving fighters and all that. But God, I just feel so bad for Denise Zamboanga in this instance. Like, I just wish there was a way, you know. I just wish, in an ideal world, that Denise can wait it out until Stamp fully recovers and faces her when she's ready for the undisputed ONE Atomweight World title. But it doesn't work that way. She's now going to face an opponent who we still don't know who it is, and for all we know, if she wins, good for her, that's great. But if she loses, I guess that's like she's giving up her shot at the world title, and by God, I can't stand to see that happen. So I am praying so hard come fight night that Denise beats this yet to be named opponent, because, you know, God, ONE is doing Denise dirty like this, you know. And yeah, I feel like it's not fair for her, and gosh, we all know that we hate it when accidents happen, you know, and we hate it when fighters get injured during training camp. And I wish the speediest recovery to Stamp Fairtex. It's not a good look too when, you know, you're about to make your first title defense and you get hurt. But yeah, I just wanted to come vent, because I feel like of all the fighters in the women's atomweight division, Denise Zamboanga has had to overcome the most, you know. Stamp Fairtex, if I may say so, she's been a superstar, and she's had a lot handed to her, you know. I'm not taking away anything from her. Of course, she's a skilled fighter. She's a great fighter. She's a role model for all Thais, a hero even to the Thai fight fans. I myself am a fan of Stamp, but knowing Denise personally, I can't help but root for her, you know, for all the adversity she's had to overcome ever since that controversial loss to Sohee Ham in their first fight. And from hearing her tell me first that she had the chance to fight Stamp, and now to hearing that Stamp is now out of their title fight, and she's going to be out for like, what, close to a year. Let's round up, close to a year. And Denise is going to be fighting who knows who, for what could potentially be her shot at the title. So I can't help but be a little concerned and a little upset, to be honest. So yeah, So I guess that's all I have to say for today. And again, if you made it this far, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you've made it all the way to the end, I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.